Interfacing panLab and QLab. Drag and drop. If you're running both QLab and panLab on the same Mac, simply drag and drop QLab cues straight into the panLab panner. Fetch selected audio cues. Select some audio or mic cues in QLab and click the Fetch Selected Audio Cues button in panLab. Any selected audio or mic cues will be added to the panLab panner. Fetch audio from Group Cues. You can now fetch all of the audio and mic cues contained within a group cue. Simply select the group cue in QLab and press Fetch Selected Audio Cues. All audio cues contained within the group cue will now be added to the panner. This is great if your sound operator is lined up to trigger a cue and you want to pull all of the audio that is about to be fired straight into your panner for editing. Scenes. Scenes are a great way to access panLab cues in the panner without having to repeatedly select them in QLab. This can be especially useful if you're working with a QLab operator as part of a production and don't want to take control of the QLab computer away from your operator. A scene stores references to all of the cues currently displayed in the panner, so you can access them later without selecting them in QLab first. Simply click Store to store all of the cues currently displayed in the panner into a scene. You can name your scene for easy identification later. To recall a scene at a later time, simply click Recall, and the contents of the panner is replaced with whatever cues are stored in the scene. OSC. panLab 2 can be remotely controlled via OSC. The complete OSC dictionary can be found in the panLab 2 documentation on our website. One use case for this is the ability to remotely press the Fetch Selected Audio Cues button using an OSC command. Here's how this could work. Firstly, correctly set up a network patch in QLab to point to panLab. For this, you'll need the IP address of your panLab computer and the port panLab is listening on. The default port is 5300. Next, create a network queue containing the correct OSC string as found in our OSC dictionary and point this queue to your panLab network patch. Finally, allow QLab to fire this queue from a hotkey. I'm going to use the number 1 on the keyboard. Now, from within QLab, you can select some audio cues and press the number 1 key on your keyboard. QLab will remotely control panLab and pull the selected cues straight into the panner. Easy!